Hi everyone, welcome back. So in the last part we stopped here after getting Omni Blink or Directional Blink. And now we are going to get the next two upgrades. And for those we are not going to do the challenges, actually the time trials. We are going to get them without doing the trials. So I'll explain how to do that. For now, we are going to go to the Blink Axe time trial room. So to do this, we get out of here. Just be careful. So usually I blink here to avoid these things. I also blink through the flowers, or I try to, because it's safer. And here as well. And here I would jump and try to get some diagonal blink in the water. And so now it's like normal movement, say, but we have Omni Blink on top of it, so it's even more helpful. We take this wire. And here for the climb of the tower, so I would do some double jumps like this, but I will also do some up macros. So it's not just an up blink, it's really up macro that gives me a little bit more height. And so we can climb this thing pretty fast like this. And for this one I can just do a normal directional blink, like diagonal one. And we're going to take a wire to the hub. It's kind of important here to be in the air when you enter the wire, so that we get some speed out of the wire, and then we can do some nice movement in the hub. So here, arriving here, I would do something like jump, maybe double jump, and then blink in the wire, hold slide. And here we want to do these jumps there on the beams, and then small boost with the axe and some horizontal macros. And when the color changes, you're close to the tower, so it's like 7, 8 something macros. We should be good, close enough here. So you want to reach that point here. Now the end of my traversal was a bit crappy, but if you don't mess up, I mean, you arrive here, you can even arrive a bit higher up, so you may need to do some diagonal down or diagonal up macros or blinks depending on where you arrive. And if you do things smoothly, you can even keep some speed entering here. So I don't have a very good setup for that so far, but just some nice speed getting here. Be careful, it happens that you bonk into these things though. And from here, same, like some movement, we want to go through there somehow. So depending on your boost, on your speed, either you manage to do this directly, or you have to go through this magnet here. Anyway, I don't have a very good advice so far for this, but it's traversal. So we go through here, we go down, we can put some down blinks even. Here I would do double jump, and we stomp on this, and we're here next to the start of the trial. So here, small down blink also to gain a bit of time. Now, I explained some of the tricks here in my older series, so I will put a link to that, but I'm going to explain the main features or the main things you need to know here again. So first, here I would do like a blink and then slide. We want to slide under the orb, so we do an Elenorb out of bounds. So you slide under the orb and then you jump and you stomp, and you will go through the floor. Now, don't hold stomp or slide, because if you do and you arrive at the wrong moment on the floor, you may go through the floor to the room below, and this is not what you want. Of course, this never happened to me in a marathon. Also, the other thing is you don't want to stomp too close to the wall in that room. So let me go back to the room by reloading. So if you go too close to the wall there, you will not stomp through the you will not stomp, see, or you will not stomp through the floor like this. So you don't want to do that. You want to do it like a bit away. And what I would do then is just to blink to the left and enter the other room. So blink there, and I am entering this room. Depending on the whole things. Oh wow! So here, that's not how it usually goes. So I could blink actually through the walls and be here and respawn inside, but usually you will be out of bounds still. So let me quickly go back out of bounds. So you would be out of bounds here, and I don't even wait for it, you know. Once I do the blink, I just reload. However, sometimes if you have a bit more height or something, So here if I quit and reload, I will respawn in the bottom here. But if you have more height, it may happen that you respawn here or here. So that's why usually I just do what I told you. So when I stomp and I'm on the floor, then I blink. And if I'm at that height, I reload and I should just arrive in that respawn point. So that's how we get here. We take the upgrade. And to go out, we cannot go through the door. The door is still closed. We haven't completed the trial. So we will go out with an out of bounds. And this one is the regular one on the right walls. But we don't have the red cloak, unlike when I was doing the Huldrless route in the other series. So to do this, we just stick the axe in the floor and use the blue cloak to be on the wall. And then you, as always, you kind of remove it and put it back to be rotated, and then you do the macro while holding right, and this should do the trick. Now if you do this right like this, you would still be in that room, but there's a chance that sometimes you get more speed or she stomps or something, and you will go to the other room, and you see when you enter a new room there's this wall for a few seconds that blocks me, and actually this is what, when it disappears, this is what we will use to go down. But if you go left and right here, it's not very convenient. And it's the same when I come back here. So I want to slide under this thing, but here there's a wall, and now I can move once the wall is removed. So you may lose a cycle because of this. We used to be able to back it up with the red cloak. It's still probably possible without it, by just sliding and hoping that you will clip through the floor. But yeah, I would say mostly you just need to wait it out. Now the other thing is, so let's wait for the wall to go out. Okay, now it's good. So when you're here, you see that I want to go through under that floor like I am now. So there I could go there because the floor disappeared, but before that usually you can't. So you want to slide, and to initiate the slide you need to be it's like usual. You need to have a bit of movement before you slide so that she initiates it. Okay, and then the last thing is that we want to go under the altar while sliding, and when the floor, and you hold slide, and when the floor will vanish, like this cycle that you see now, like every few seconds the floor vanishes, then it will push us to the room below. So let's just redo this from the inside of the room in one go. So we're here, stick the axe to the floor, clip, slide to be under this thing, hold left and down, say, while sliding, and we'll go to this room now. And here, to go back in bounds instead of reloading, I just want to die here. Now here there's a small setup that I do to get a boost. So from this position, I would hold left and blink onto the ladder, then I jump, I hold slides and jump, and this should bring me in a good position to get a boost on the floor. So blink left on that thing, hold slide, jump, and you see I'm getting a boost. So of course then there's the drag there, so you want either to blink through it or to throw the axe to try to keep some speed out of this. Oops, wrong direction. So slide like this, and then we have a lot of speed, and there's this wall that we need to destroy. So if you keep the whole speed of the boost, you may not be able to you will be moving faster than the axe that you throw. But if not, just throw the axe and destroy the wall and go through. And here I would do a double jump and slam jump on this to get some speed. Be a bit careful with that, because if you get too much height, you may bonk into this wall here, and you see there's a small platform even. So to avoid this, I just try to blink downwards and not hold left. I adapt a little bit my position with the directions. Like this, okay. And then try to keep the speed. We also use the blink axe whenever we can into the wires. So this should be okay. Okay, it was not a good throw there, but anyway, so we take this wire here. Now we're going to the red cloak challenge, so we go through here and use the axe again. And here, out of this wire, I will try to double jump and do a macro and then throw the axe to reach the next wire. So here jump, macro and throw the axe to reach this wire. Alright, it's kind of important that you don't grab anything, and we'll see that in a moment with the next trick. But if you do it just like I showed, it should be fine. So remember, this wire that I'm in now is the one we activated on our way to Halfdan. So after the Vault Walkers, we had to activate a wire, and it's the one we're in right now. Out of this one, I will hold diagonal down and slide. And when I'm a bit away from the harpoon, I will blink. So if you are too close to the thing, you cannot blink. That's one of the things. Oops. Nice showcase of a backup with blink axe. So you see here, oh well, here she wanted, but like you see, if I'm too close to the thing, I cannot blink. So that's why I'm waiting a little bit before I blink. Well, you saw it the first time. I'm not in the exact same conditions now, but I would be somewhere here and blink, hold slide before so that you don't stomp, and blink diagonal down right. This should allow you to keep some speed. Now we're through here again, but now we have a lot of upgrades to manage our way. Please, game. Great, we all love when the game does this in a run. So we go here through the garden now. And here with this water you can do some pretty cool movements. So our goal there, just to show you before, is to go on top of this orb here on the right. So you can either do, I mean, you have a lot of options, like just make your way as you can, or use the axe from here as I did, use some double jumps, up blinks, etc. But you can also do some pretty cool movement. I'm not sure if I will manage it now, but using this blink here, if you blink kind of in between the blue and red orb, and then use the cloak in the right moment, you can get something like this, and even better sometimes. Then the problem is that if you're thrown in between these two blue orbs, it's kind of a mess. But anyway, smooth movement here is possible. So we want to go on this one, and we want to do another out of bounds on this wall. So we use the cloak here, and you want to be around that height, so like kind of in you know, like this would be the middle of the orb, and you want to be like at the top fourth or something like this, or top third, and then do the macro, and you're now going through the wall. And here I waited, but you don't have to wait. Once you're on the right side, you can just reload, and this brings you at the start of the red cloak challenge. Alright, so now's the time for another big trick, which I called the bag, so blink axe grab, and a specific flavor of it, which I call teabag, teleport blink axe grab. And the idea is that with the blink axe, so when you throw the axe to reach a wire and blink into it, if you're grabbing something when the axe touches the wire, the game is kind of glitched. And we use that. So in general, if you're just grabbing like a ledge or something, but you're still in the wire, then you will not be able to get out of the wire. And also you can do with things like stomp, but it will do the animation, but it will not do anything. So it's a glitched state. But the basic thing is that if you're already grabbing something and you don't do anything else, then the game will put you in the wire blink state, but your trajectory will be different from actually following the wire. So I'm going to put some clips in the video of what we are going to do, but with a wider camera view, so that you can see that I will be throwing the axe to reach a wire, then I will be grabbing some vines, and when the axe touches the wire, you have the blink animation for Lumina to go to that place, but then instead of just staying in the wire, she will follow a different trajectory, which kind of goes to where she was before. And using this, we can actually reach new places. And in particular, we want to get the upgrade, the red cloak, while we are in that state, which is possible. You can grab objects like this. And this will allow us not to do the trial. But we still need to do the trial for one reason. And, well, actually two. You may say two. So I will come back here, but just to show you before. One issue with this trick is that it can bring you to very far distances. And in particular, it can bring you out of bounds. And when I say out of bounds, I don't mean just, you know, out of the places where you're supposed to be, but really out of the map. So if I show you the map, I could reach these places where, you know, there's not even a background for the map. And if you go there, the game doesn't really like that. So the screen will be kind of frozen. You will see in the bottom Lumina's animation like loading screens, but you cannot do much there. And if you quit to menu, you will see that the game is glitched. It's also kind of frozen. And if you launch your save again, it will not do anything. So basically, when this happens, you can just close the game and restart it, and that's it. So we really want to avoid this. But the wire we're going to use is this one. It's the forge wire, and it's quite long, so it can really bring you to far places. So we need a way to get out of it before reaching these completely out of map locations. However, so there's a way. If we do the trick, and this is what I'm going to show now. So if you do the trick, I will try to do it from here. So I will grab, so I will be teleported into the wire. And you can see Lumina's place is not where the screen is showing. I'm in another place, and she will follow this trajectory like in the clip I showed. However, if I blink, I can be brought back to this normal place, but you see I can't exit the wire anymore. Now there, wow, I don't have control at all. Yeah, so it's because I triggered the cutscene. And this is the point I wanted to make. So if you manage to come back into this wire by blinking, so if you're in this glitch state and you're blinking several times, you will be brought back into the wire. But the end of this wire is a cutscene. It's the forge cutscene. And this is time loss. So for all these reasons, what we want to do is rather to so let me just reload this. So for all these reasons, what we want to do is to start the trial, do the trick, and once we get the red cloak, we quit to menu. So we will have the red cloak, but we will be brought back here without having to care about going out of map or triggering the cutscene. So we do start the trial, but we will not complete it. Right. So there are two ways of doing this, like the kind of old way that I was doing, which is a bit slower and involves two wires, and a newer way which involves just the forge wire. So I will start by showing the new way. So the new way is quite fast when you get the red cloak, so you need to pay attention to the sound. When you get the upgrade, you will hear the sound of the pickup. If you have splits, it will also split. Alright, so this is also why we needed to activate the forge wire in the beginning. Remember, I said that it's a way to do it in any %, even though there we don't use the wire, but for trending we actually use it. So we go there. Okay, this is whatever. So the setup is to go here, like kind of on the left here. Jump up right and throw the axe when you're like at the height, maximum height of your jump. You will throw up left. And then you fall down and you want to grab the vines around here. So Lumina's head, you see, is around this bigger, lighter vine. It should happen quite fast after you are teleported in the wire. So if you miss, you can quickly reload and try it again. So here you heard the pickup, so that worked. It could be the scroll pickup if you're not in the right setup, but the scroll you would see if it's the scroll it appears on your screen. So here you see I now have red cloak. So this is what I do now in the speedrun. This is the faster setup, but let me show you the slightly slower one. It's like 10 to 15 seconds, maybe a bit more actually, slower, but it uses a second wire. And the clips you saw are for these two setups. And I think this one, with the clip, you can see a bit more what's happening with these trajectories. So for this one, we need to activate the wire from the teleporter. So we go there first. So we go to the teleporter room. So not this exit, but this one. We activate the wire here and take it. We take this wire now. You can blink to get out of it a bit faster, and you should be around here at 50 seconds or something. And from here, so you stand on the edge, you will double jump and throw the axe up left again. And then blink, mostly anywhere on this vine is okay, but like around the middle is fine. So if this works fine, you will be brought here, exactly. Sometimes if you mess it up a little bit, you may be a bit further away, or you may be inside the these things above, like this thing there where I was grabbing. So just re-grab the vines. But from here, what you want to do is slide and jump there, like where the ground, you see, there's a small difference, like there's this part and then this part. So jump there, full double jumps, and blink into this wire, and this should be okay. Jump and blink, and that's it. So you could hear it. Also, it's more or less when the two wires cross each other. And then same thing, you would need to quit so that you don't either go out of the map or trigger the cutscene. And once again, we now have the red cloak. Alright, so this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next time.